And can you for us, because we've talked a lot about the kind of independent to dependent kind of axis. So I'm either super independent or I'm super dependent on someone else. Can you define for us, in your opinion, what is interdependence?
Interdependence is the way of nature. And interdependence is how our body functions. It's how nature works with all the elements. And it's how human societies, when they really function, it works actually. And this is how the cosmos and the galaxy and the solar system, to think we're not interdependent, it's to be living in illusion and the denial and actually not understand the science of existence. Interdependency is nothing more than to know, to for me existing, I need to be interdependent to the outside as much the outside need to be interdependent to me. So it's more of a common thing. I'm now speaking with you through a phone, a microphone, a computer. I am interdependent of another company somewhere, designed in the States, manufactured in China, to be able to do this broadcast, to come out and reach word. If I say I'm independent, I don't need anyone. I'm like, the moment I have an issue with my computer, I definitely need someone. So the illusion of I don't need anyone, it's just really big, and it's really not true. Imagine one of the organs would say, "Oh, actually, I don't need to communicate with this organ. I don't need that amount of blood flow." Like the whole body is interdependent. So, and that's a fact. It's a very, very scientific fact. The thing is, and this is where people need to start to be aware of it, definitions are so important. We check nature and then our body, and then we understand how to improve in our society. It is the word autonomous. What people are seeking, behaviors in kids, is not independency, is seeking their becoming autonomous being. The body is autonomous, that it has its own power to regulate itself, and suddenly then it's not to seek energy from outside and love from outside, but by itself each organ is autonomous. It knows what it needs to do, but then it's independent with the organs around. So a healthy person, I'm not going to say leader, every single person, it's a journey from being codependent to the parents, then going to teenagerhood, becoming independent, asking for independency, financial independency, emotional independency, but then loving it because it was a super reaction from when we were kids. And I don't want to feel that feeling. And then we are so proud we become independent. But independence is nothing than the reaction of being dependent. So dependent and independence are the same thing, the same coin from both sides. And the goal is not independency. The goal is autonomous, yet interdependent. And this is empowerment.
Krisana, from your angle, what does that look like? Being interdependent, autonomous? What have you observed with people when they kind of reach that kind of healthy relating?
You're clear of your personal boundaries and interacting with other people, so your boundaries are flexible, so you understand what's healthy for you with others. Also, you're autonomous, but you can also understand that you're relating with another person. So there has to be a flow. So it's not rigid borders, but understanding how to receive the other person, also to be able to express yourself, and also to understand the other person has their way of seeing life, and it may be different to you, and you have to respect that. So it's a lot to do with respect, but also respecting yourself and respecting the other, and finding a dance between that. So a lot with boundaries and finding your autonomy, but being also available to the other person.
Mm.
Hmm.
I would like to add the play of words, and then the construct, what happens when we are in a very independent position We're like, I don't need anyone, right? So it's our way of feeling empowered. I don't need anyone. I don't need anything. Again, so it's a statement, right? And when in a very codependent, it's like, I need someone, otherwise I wouldn't be able to survive. So as you see, it's a really parallel. And then actually the reality is this is based on what we have lived. It's just a reaction on it. But when we are independent, is really being in the present moment, like nature, like our body. It's like I need someone or something when it's time to need something. And I don't need something when it's not time to need something. So interdependent and autonomous is being in the present moment to what is needed and one with our environment. So leaders who arrive in the present moment and stop playing out their personal healing, their personal journey, and then using their companies and their career to heal the wound with the mother and with the father and with the codependency and with authority and with the, with the religion and with school system. There is another place, and this is where seek out support, stop playing those games, because everything when we are a leader is magnified. If I'm going through that to know where I am, it's magnified, so I'm not living in the present. So when we become interdependent is I'm aware, I'm a good leader, I have a vision, and based on what's there, I'll ask support or not. So it's very flexible, and that does not make me lesser.